Big guns, like yesterday night, like then you could hear
Not
all
just
ways.
pistols, like big guns.
Big guns and like people shooting each other, right?
Are you scared when this happens?
You get used to it.
Viva Mexico.
Like, Viva Mexico.
That Viva Mexico came with a bad adjective.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course. Lots of people in these situations, when they go Viva Mexico, like as a nationalistic kind of
Ah, because
go
there's...
back where you come from.
Be careful, no smoking too much weed, man.
Aquí? The guy in the beetle back there was just staring at us the whole time. One thing I haven't noticed yet is I haven't seen a single police officer.
I would say in this country, none of them do anything, to be honest. We do have some cartels in the city, I'm sure.
Yeah.
More than one, definitely. It's not cool to romanticize all these things. Like,
But that's what sells.
that's what sells,
Yeah.
always.
What is happening, guys? We are on a cable car right now. We're heading to a very local neighborhood in the north of Mexico City called Tlalpexco. Am I saying that right?
Tlalpexco.
Tlalpexco. I'm here with my friend Lalo.
Yeah.
Bro, who are you? Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Lalo, I'm a local to the city. I love having experiences around the city and I just love like discovering new places.
Mexico City has all these amazing, colorful, and interesting barrios, but from a tourist perspective, everyone just sees like Centro and Roma, and I feel like people don't get the right impression of the city when they only see Centro and Roma, whereas when you come here to the north, this is like a real Mexico City barrio.
Yeah, you are in places that were built by the locals, like you know, they started to build a community, they started to build houses around. You have less access to everything, public transport. This is quite new, and obviously it's more working class here than the places that you've mentioned, right?
And just look at this. This is like so new to me. Like I haven't seen anything like this since I've been to Colombia and Medellin, where everything is just built into the hills. And like you were saying, this may have started as like, if you want to call it a slum, where the people themselves just decided, because they're pushed into the hills, you know? The people themselves have to build into them, and I guess they start as informal settlements until the city or whatever governing body is just like, okay, maybe we should provide services, right?
Yeah, exactly, that's the way it goes, yeah.
Here you find all these houses are painted. Maybe it could be like some kind of revitalization project, right?
It could be, and it makes sense if it's that. However, I think it's just to make the place look less threatening, maybe as well, and for the people that live there to also feel less threatened themselves.
Well,
right?
That's what I mentioned is the broken windows theory.
Yes.
If you live in somewhere that looks rough and has all these broken windows and garbage, you're not going to care about your neighborhood, and you're not going to care. You may as well just break windows yourself.
Yeah.
But if you have something that looks decently beautiful, you'll take pride. And I think it's a psychological thing where it can almost like lead to decreased crime, lead to a more like more community.
Yep.
Exactly.
I think you will find stronger communities here than anywhere else.
Whenever I was in Medellin, I was told like one of the purposes of the gondola is because of like when you're in the streets, there could be a lot of street crime and whatnot, and you gotta take your public transportation above that.
Yep.
That's definitely a reason why you see more gondolas in the surrounding areas of Mexico City.
That's one. It's safety and a big time saver as well. Because people that live in those communities, they will take an extra 40 or half an hour to get down the old way, like, you know, using the public transport or whatever. Another thing that I find very interesting is the size of the houses.
Yeah?
You don't have small houses.
Yeah.
Look around, like the size of the houses is quite big. There are like 2-3 stories. I don't know how many people live there. Yeah. But my guess is in lots of those houses, like full families, like, you know, grandparents, the kids, their kids, and everything live in one of them, maybe. Because maybe they build that together or whatever, right? In
an area, a low-income area, it's not just you have to depend on finances to survive, it's almost like you have to depend on your community, right? You have to depend on your family.
It's a small community itself, like everybody has a role, right? These two go to work, they bring the money, this one cooks the food, this one takes the kids to school. Like, I guess it's, you have to develop a system.
Well, it's traditional, you know?
Yep.
And just being not from this place, you know, you live in Roma.
Yeah.
How do you feel coming here as an outsider?
I feel all right. I feel comfortable. I guess the first time was more challenging because you don't know what to expect. I've been here quite a few times now, so
Yeah.
it's all right. And again, I think also the truth is, because I've spoken to people up there, the truth is that during the day, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Doing this at night, I do not know. Another thing that they have told me every time I come here is stick to the main avenues. Do not go on little streets,
exactly.
even if it's daytime.
Because
especially if you're carrying equipment and everything. Right?
There's so many, when you live such compact places, there's so many little side streets here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very different from a regular city structure since we're like completely built into the hills right now.
I guess it's very labyrinthic. Yeah. Like,
that's a good word for labyrinthic.
I think they could even sell something like.
You know, right when I come out here, I notice it's very quiet. You know,
It is super quiet.
It feels
like
chill.
just open your ears and it's very peaceful.
The people who would want to come out and sell here, would they be from this community?
I guess so. I guess so. That's a very interesting one.
I've seen this a lot, like people selling old toys and whatnot. 90s TV shows and whatnot. Would some people come here from other barrios to set up shop, or it's mostly just the local people who live here?
I would say it's just the local people, man.
So what I've noticed a lot of these things is, like, to me personally, it looks like kind of just useless electronics, right? Are they selling them for parts or whatnot, or?
I think some of them could be selling them for parts, but I guess some of them need a monitor or a router or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just kind of shows how they're resourceful, you know? To me, like, a lot of this stuff would just go in the trash, But, I mean, to some people, it's just like, oh, that's a perfectly good monitor, you know?
Mexico tends to recycle a lot between social classes, and that ends up like changing many hands along the way. Clothes, electronics, like
Well, one thing I've noticed about Mexican is they're very resourceful. So for example, when you eat tacos, there is almost like a taco for every part of the cow almost, right?
Yes.
I know it's weird to relate tacos to like reusing electronics, but it kind of just shows the nature of like the people, you know?
Yeah, we're gonna use everything that we can.
Yeah.
And make use of it like as many times as we can before throwing it away.
Look at this bug, this beetle.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
At some point, those guys were the taxis everywhere in the city.
Really?
But it was just beetles.
Yep, and now that's why you find them as just regular people's everyday car now here.
Yes. Again, they tend to recycle, right?
But that one looks like it's in fabulous shape.
That's in fabulous shape, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've been told that in this area, all the beetles are actually the taxis as well, to take you up here.
Oh, nice.
Down there.
Hey, guys!
Hey, guys. Hey, ¿qué tal, bro?
What are you doing
I'm
here?
gonna talk to this. Just buscando.
Walking around.
Yeah, ¿qué
Where you
pasa?
from?
I'm from Canada.
Canada.
Where are you from?
Mexico City.
Esta barrio.
100%.
100%.
I lived before in Michigan.
Oh wow, really?
Holland.
Oh wow, really?
What are you doing here in my
Man, I'm just here because I love this neighborhood.
shopping?
Shopping, yeah. You get some groceries?
Hell yeah.
¿Cómo está este barrio? ¿Es tranquilo? No es tranquilo. ¿Por qué?
I little money.
Little money, okay.
Money.
¿Y qué tipo de trabaja la gente hacer?
Everybody working in factories.
In factories. Okay, so they're hardworking people. Trabajando duro.
Duro.
Muy duro. ¿Y tú también trabaja una fábrica?
Yes.
¿Qué tipo de fábrica?
Making auto parts.
Auto parts. ¿Y cómo te llamas?
Mi nombre es Ismael.
Mayal, mucho gusto. Soy Nolan,
Hola.
de Canadá. ¿Y tú,
¿Cuántos
hijo?
años? Sí, my little son.
Ah, mucho gusto.
¿Cuántos años tú tienes? Como 25, 30?
Mío. Mi edad. 27.
27?
27, 27, yeah.
Yes, bro.
That's a big guy, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're,
Be careful, no smoking too much weed, man.
¿Aquí?
Aquí.
Hay mucho.
Mucha.
Mucha fumando.
everybody. It's cheap.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me with a good time, bro.
Okay, see you later, big guy.
Yeah,
That's
bye,
it.
bro. Okay. Oh, wow.
Very cool.
Cool people, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
I always find people who have lived in the United States for maybe 1 or 2 years, every time they see a gringo, they really want to talk because, you know, they learned English for like a little bit in their life. And I think a lot of the times they just want to like kind of speak English for those nostalgic purposes.
Yes, of course, man.
Something popular here is Cactus.
Oh yeah, nopales. We eat nopales all the time.
And how do you say it?
Nopales.
Nopales.
Sí.
But here she's almost made them into various types of salads. And it's very interesting what this guy is doing because naturally a cactus comes with thorns.
Yeah. So they take them away. They put like that's a
Yeah.
eatable bit already, right?
Yeah.
People in Mexico compare nopal always with like a piece of meat for the properties that it has, like protein-wise and everything. So it's a cheap way of getting like all your nutrients.
Yeah,
into your
yeah. No,
body.
I think it's like the same idea as like lettuce. It's like lettuce doesn't have a great taste.
It's tasteless, really.
It's
right?
tasteless,
Yeah.
but it's I guess that is what grows here naturally,
Yep.
and your filler food.
Yeah,
you know?
food, and also like a very cheap way like to get
Yeah.
everything that you need. And you saw like a bag of nopales over there. I just saw the price. It's like 10 pesos.
Wow, muy económico.
Muy económico.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Ah, cevichería aquí. Ok, y tienes cócteles. Ok, de camarón.
¿Cuántos?
You want a cocktail?
Want one?
I've never tried it in my life, but we should try it.
Yeah.
Sí, dos cócteles de camarón.
You want the medium or the huge one?
Let's do
The medium. Right?
medium, yeah, something small. Oh wow, that is a lot of shrimp.
Oh yeah. It's basically shrimps.
Yeah.
Ketchup, sauces. So your Worcestershire sauce.
Yep. Whenever I was looking at theirs, I'm like, oh, it might be a few pieces of shrimp, but he really
no,
loaded that
that's a
whole
lot, yeah.
glass with shrimp, man. As a local, like, you don't have, you think it's just fine to eat like something like fish from the street from a container like this?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I would.
Yeah, exactly.
Many people don't.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
You're a man of culture.
I am.
You'd be surprised even the amount of locals who tell me I would never eat from that stall.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
It is very common, man. It's very common. And it's more common in some areas, even that you see more foreigners eating from some stools that the locals will eat from. Like, you know, it's just
Because they don't
silly.
know, I guess.
Yeah, it's just silly.
I've had a couple comments now after eating tacos
Yep.
where they like to be like, bro, that's not suadero, it's swapero.
Yeah. You know what that means, right?
Yeah, I know. From your knowledge, I mean, I looked it up online and I've seen some cases of it. Is that a thing?
I guess it's more an urban legend.
It's an urban legend.
Or it could be true in some cases. Está bueno, ¿no? Ah, bueno.
Yeah.
Ah, bueno.
Yeah.
Perdón, David, mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto, amigo.
Perdón, dale.
Soy Nolan.
¿Cómo?
Nolan.
¿Nolan?
Yeah.
Nolan.
Ah, muchas gracias, amigo.
Yes.
Qué rico. ¿Viven aquí?
Yes.
¿Sí?
I am arriba.
Ok, más arriba, más arriba. ¿Y cómo es el barrio aquí?
Learn more, less more.
¿Qué es la verdad?
Hard.
Hard, duro, peligroso,
Danger,
yeah,
dangerous.
peligroso. ¿Qué
Right.
tipo de crimen?
Es como
Si puedes decirme.
pandillas, ¿no? A lo mejor.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
In fact,
Shooting.
¿Cómo se dice? Comenzar.
Yeah,
Begin.
Yeah.
Empezaron los disparos igual.
Oh shit.
A intercambio.
No manches. So big guns, like yesterday night, like then you could hear like.
Really? So not
both
just
ways.
pistols, like big guns.
No, big guns and like people shooting each other, right? It's a little bit harder if you go on the other side of the hill, which is already like Estado de Mexico,
Yeah.
and that's a little bit rougher than
Yeah.
Mexico City.
¿Por qué razón hay gangs or
Pues, es que,
rivals?
drogas y eso, ¿no?
Druggers?
Sí, sí.
Hey, like, yeah, are you scared when this happens?
Ya te asustas cuando pasa, obviamente, ¿no? Si escuchas,
Y te acostumbras.
you get used to it.
Oh, really? ¿Pasa menudo? Más o menos.
Menos.
Una vez por mes.
Wow.
Once a week.
Una semana.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
So, do you typically eat these with crackers? Like you put the shrimp on a cracker?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I really just want to dip into this fresh stuff on the top. Like, this is eye candy to me. Like, all this avocado and pico de gallo in the cocktail.
And there's lots of ketchup as well. You'll sense the very ketchupy kind of.
Oh, yeah. It's bursting with flavor.
Have you put some lemon on that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
That first bite with all the fresh stuff on top,
Nice, right?
marvelous.
Yeah, especially with the avocado and everything. Like.
You know what? Sometimes I'm not a huge fan of shrimp, but I like the small ones. The small ones are fine for me.
I am a fan of shrimps. Like I like small ones, big ones. Like
You know what? These are good.
Yep.
I'm gonna enjoy these. ¿Qué es?
Calamari.
Calamari.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, very chewy. Pero me gusta. Muchas gracias.
Está fresco. Yeah, so this is fresh seafood because there's no smell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah.
easy way to go and
Disculpe, amigo. ¿El pescado son de quemar Pacífico o Atlántico?
Más que nada son del Pacífico.
Pacífico. Siempre están aquí.
Sí.
Okay.
Todos los domingos.
Todos los domingos. So he's a guy that just sets up on Sundays.
But I guess he would be doing this. Hace esto en otros mercados otros días. Yeah, he goes to other tianguises on other days of the week.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, if you're a very big fan of him, you might have to chase him around the
Yeah,
city.
yeah, that's actually an interesting point. Is like maybe you're a fan of someone's
Food.
food or something. You have to hunt them down at their whatever tianguis are at.
Or wait for the next
Yeah.
Sunday, right?
But transporting this to someplace like this is a fucking task in itself, man. Because do you see these hills?
Yep.
Wow.
Es buena pregunta. Para transportar esto con los hielos y eso.
Sí, se escucha que fuerza el motor, pero sí sube.
Okay, yeah. You would force your motor of the car to go up, but you would be able.
Muchas gracias, amigo.
Hasta luego, amigo.
Muy rico. Ciao. Muchas gracias. Ciao. You can absolutely find everything here. You get ice cream in the streets. Anything. Anything, really.
Anything is gonna be the case if
Yeah.
you were looking for anything.
Like that guy was saying, there's a lot of people who want to smoke around here. I'm sure you just go a few side streets off. Like, Viva Mexico. Do you like chicharrón?
Of course I do, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you want, like a little piece? Like,
Oh, they have various kinds of chicharrón, eh?
yes, of
They
course.
have little slivers of it. They have bigger pieces. They have taking this as just like a whole pig skin. Like
This
just-
a whole big skin, yeah?
wow, look at his hat. He's a very classic Mexican hat.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that. How do you say cowboy?
Vaquero.
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 Vaquero. Vaquero. Yeah. Queremos una bolsa pequeño
The chicharrón.
de chicharrón.
I would go with. I always go with the middle.
Yeah?
Why go hot or why go cold if you can go warm, right?
Yeah, yeah.
the
So
is
middle,
better, right?
and so they'll just crunch this up and put in a little baggie for us.
How much do you want?
Just something small, you know. We'll sample it now and we'll have the rest later.
Un pedacito nada más como menos. Yo creo que no me
Yeah. Yeah.
Sí.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Muchas gracias.
She knows. Okay. Yeah, that's a perfecto. Gracias. $5. Pero no soy de Estados Unidos, no tengo dólares.
Euros, entonces.
¿Euros? No, soy de China. Yeah. I love that. They don't have like that wokeness we have back home.
no, we don't.
They don't. Yeah. Okay. Gracias. Está bien. Gracias. Ciao. Well, let's give it a try.
Of course, this one goes better with salsas or
Yeah,
guacamole.
Of course, but in its most natural form, pigskin. Here in the Philippines is where you get the best chicharron.
Philippines as well.
Yeah.
Nice, similar to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you think it's something? Was this pre-colonial food, or do you think it's something that was introduced when Spain came here? Because Philippines was colonized by Spain.
Yeah, I'm guessing this was post-Spain. I'm guessing, it's just a guess.
I think cerdo was brought over by
I
Spain.
think so.
Yeah, because I don't think pigs are not indigenous to here.
No, they're not.
We just got through that problem together.
There you go.
¿Sí? ¿Al barrio? ¿Sí? ¿Está tranquilo? Ciao. People are curious here, I guess, because you don't see many gringos in this neighborhood. Oh, look at the music. Wow. Serenading the community.
I would say it would be for them like weird, for people like you know, taking videos.
Yeah. It's like, what kind of business do you have here? You know?
Exactly.
One thing I haven't noticed yet is I haven't seen a single police officer. And if you want to, like, if we want to make comparisons to Centro, in Centro, there is an unnecessary amount of police.
Yes.
Like, and literally standing there doing nothing.
I would say in this country, none of them do anything, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, we've heard it from the guy we were sitting down with, yourself and other people.
Yep.
It's like when you come to outer barrios like this, it's like that's where you might actually find the actual crime, you know?
Yes,
but
where are the police, right?
But nothing. There's nothing happening in Centro.
No.
It's the absolute safest place to be.
Well, in some people's heads, they will tell you that that's the reason why nothing happens, because the police is there, right?
Exactly.
If you ask me, and if you ask maybe everyone local,
yeah,
I don't think anyone has a good idea of police doing any work. You know, it's very corrupt. Generally, they're actually after just getting money out of people.
I've been there.
There should be some good fruits there. I'm not saying that, you know, generalizing is pretty bad, but a majority of them, and that's why none of us in this country trust them, really.
Yeah.
They're always going to try to negotiate, like, try to scare you first. That's the tactic. Try to tell you, like, well, you have to come with me, and it's going to take us a whole day. And look at the stiffness on that.
Yeah. This is crazy. Especially, imagine your brakes give out. Yep. These cars come here in the middle.
It's like
that car, the red car is going slow, and that car is almost like
below him.
He's having a hard time stopping. It's like almost sliding on the ground here.
Yeah. Really, their main objective is to get some cash.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even blame them fully, because this is you know, it's a staircase.
Yep.
So those guys have to give money to somebody else every day, and that other person has to give money to somebody else every day.
Yeah.
And the main guy, I'm guessing, is the one that gets most of the money anyway, right? So you have to clean the stairs from
fuck.
top to bottom.
I didn't realize it was even a hierarchy too. I mean, a lot of police in Canada are proud police officers, but at that point, when you could see yourself being an authority figure, it's not even about like, oh, this is a cool job, or like I want to be a police because I'll be a proud upkeeper of the law. It's like, oh, maybe this is a good opportunity to make cash, you know?
You should check the profile of a person that wants to become a police officer from the start, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe what they want, it's you know, grown-up toys that give them some power, and I'm just guessing again. I'm just making a very general judgment, but I don't think I'm wrong, like by saying that if you're handed a gun, a car, a uniform, and that gives you some sort of power, then that kind of thing is going to happen. I think profiling is the first big mistake in this country. You don't profile police. You don't need to.
You know what I also noticed is that guy, and I'm not saying he had any bad intentions, but the guy in the Beetle back there was just staring at us the whole time. You know, we're outsiders, you know.
Well, you know, when you were told Viva Mexico there, that Viva Mexico came with a bad adjective.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course.
Like Viva Mexico.
Lots of people in these situations, when they go Viva Mexico, like as a nationalistic kind of
because there's
where you come from.
What the fuck, man?
So that out of the people that we interacted with, that was not a friendly.
Really?
Yeah.
I maybe sensed a little tone, but my thing is, like, regardless if someone doesn't have good intentions, I always try to meet people with niceness.
Yes.
You know, like.
No, you should. That's a smart way to do it.
I think if you meet people with timidness, they take advantage of that, you know?
Course. Yeah. It's better to be nice or ignore, either or. Like, you're gonna be good with both.
Exactly.
Pretending that you don't listen to what they just said, or just going back, hey, and that's it.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck.
Crazy workout, man. Imagine the days before this cable car, which it's pretty new, right?
It is pretty new. I don't know how long it's been there for, but I'm guessing 5 years tops.
Yeah, because before that, Like, no abuela stands a chance.
Oh man. Or anybody that had like a pack of cigarettes last night.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm guessing people in this area are gonna have great legs, man.
Yeah. Look at, there's always so many dogs here, right?
Dogs.
They just come around and just get the scraps.
Oh yeah, of course. There used to be lots of street dogs in Mexico City.
How'd they get rid of them?
I mean, in the main city.
Yeah.
Now they just pick them up and maybe they give them for adoption.
Yeah.
Maybe if they're sick, they just get rid of them.
Or there was like one decade where there was just a lot of swapero.
That's also an option.
Was
And,
a theory.
that could still be around. Huh?
Where'd all the dog go? It's very economical for our taco stand, you see. Something I want to ask you, and I haven't seen any here, but sometimes you go to a very crowded place and you see people, just civilians, with walkie-talkies. And I think I know what that means, but can you elaborate on that?
Well, what I think it is that between them, they might be saying like, hey, this guy is walking around with a camera, or keep an eye on this one as well. It could go both ways, right?
Yeah.
So it could be for crime or for safety.
Yeah,
I'm not absolutely sure.
I've essentially heard they're a lookout for maybe like people selling drugs, you know?
Yeah,
it's like potential client, or there's police here, like stay clear.
Yep.
Things like that.
That could also be. But you could also have that as an organized way of protecting your community.
Especially here, like we were saying,
Yeah.
where we haven't seen a single police officer. So sometimes you got to take those into your own hands.
Yep.
You know, whether that be policing your own neighborhood.
Yeah. Or getting water from where you can, or getting electricity from where you can. Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
I have seen some in other visits here, like some police officers walking around. I don't know if that brings people a sense of security or the other way.
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
You're right. Especially in a country where a lot of people view it as corrupt.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason that a lot of people view it as corrupt. Getting like the citizens' confidence back to the police.
I think this guy. Hola amigo, ¿qué tal? Canada.
Yeah, they should start doing something so that they get people's trust back. But I think, Nolan, that's going to take decades.
Yeah.
In any first world country, like kids know plants and they can trust them.
Yeah.
Because at some point,
Hey bro, ¿qué tal?
because at some point somebody has actually needed them and they were there for them.
And maybe that can only happen with like a better economy, you know?
Of course. That's the main issue of everything.
It's funny because they're the police and yet they're the ones turning to shady ways of making money.
Yep. When people have enough money for everything, then you reduce all sorts of crime, even like corruption, right?
Yeah.
To a bare minimum, I guess.
¿Quién perros son? ¿Tuyo? ¿Todos? ¿Los tres? Ah.
Son adoptados de la calle.
So they are adopted dogs from the street.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Perrito. Oh.
Ay, se paró.
Perdón. Gracias. Buenas tardes.
But there you go. I think majority of the interactions, people are more curious than anything else. More curious than defensive, you know? It's like more a curiosity of what is this guy, where is he from? Like, what is he doing? Like,
And you know what? I think it's like the perfect amount of curiosity, because you can go to a place like Pakistan where like you're just taking selfies with people, like always. It's just like, bro, I'm just a dude here. Like, I'm not special or nothing.
Well, that has changed around here as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a story about 10 years ago, man.
Yeah.
I was with an Irish friend in the Museo de Antropología. Back then, there was a queue of high school girls taking pictures with him and with another American.
Really?
Like, it was one after the other. I mean, girls of 12, 13 years old, but they were like loving them.
Yeah.
Now I can guarantee you that if you go to the same place and you have the same school, nobody's going to pay attention anymore, because now people are used to seeing, especially in those areas, obviously. Right?
You can go to Roma and you can't throw a rock without hitting a gringo.
Or somebody from somewhere, because remember, gringos are just Americans. In some other places of Latin America, gringo it's anyone that comes from anywhere else, but here it's gringo is specifically Americans.
One thing I wanted to talk about with you, and it almost feels like taboo to talk about, is the whole cartel situation. As far as Mexico City goes, and maybe as you keep going down south, there's less and less cartels, right? You're the local, you should tell me.
I don't think there's less cartels. I just think that there's more peaceful ways of interacting, like with the government and them.
Okay.
And for people to do their own things. We do have some cartels in the city, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And more than one, definitely. But maybe between them, and then again, I'm guessing maybe between them, they have actually like delimit each other's areas and maybe reach agreements with both the local governments and maybe the federal government as well.
Okay. Because from the outside looking in, we basically only have the news. So we only hear about cartel violence.
Yes.
And that takes place in Sinaloa, in different parts of the north.
Yeah.
But you're basically saying that it exists everywhere, but some of them have stronger relations.
I guess so. I guess that's how you keep it peacefully, right?
Yeah.
But it definitely is everywhere in the country. I don't think it's just limited to the north by no means. Yeah.
The average person is like, how affected into their day-to-day life do you think they are by cartels?
I think you can go through life without having any effect, unless you're in a situation in which they're fighting each other, a gang against another one, maybe.
Yeah.
And you happen to be walking in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And I guess, well, the bad news travel everywhere, which could affect you also, like your sense of security in a place, right? But that's as far as I can imagine it can affect you.
But it also takes living in a certain place, like we're hearing here. That guy was telling us.
Yeah.
Shootings weekly.
Yeah, shootings weekly and between gangs and everything for what he said. Yeah. And what he said, it was not like small guns, it was like big guns, right? Wow. So definitely, I guess the further you are from the cool area of the city or the touristy parts of the city or whatever, the harder it's gonna get for you to have access to what we were saying, everything from water to security to everything, and then maybe also your everyday life gets more affected by like drugs and guns and everything. Yeah.
Like we were saying, it seems like there's zero correlation between crime and police presence here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
So speaking of it, I think since we've been here, those are the first two police officers we see.
Oh yeah, but they are here in the
metro. Yeah, where there's actually investment in infrastructure, you know? Of course. They're also just chilling and texting.
Yeah, but you will be surprised. Like you have the police officers at the metro station, for example. Sometimes all they do is tell you, like loudly, hey, look after your belongings if you don't want it to get stolen, instead of just, using their authority for that not to happen, right?
Exactly.
I think also what happens is that the idea of romanticizing the figure of somebody that does money from drugs or whatever, from crime specifically, that, I don't know if it's a great pop culture thing to have around these days, in music, in TV series and everything.
Yeah, you're right. It kind of only increases this stigmatization.
Especially if you come from a poor uprising, and then that's what you see as an ideal to get out of there and like build a different life. I'm against any sort of restriction of liberty of expression.
It's only increasing now. Like the correlation between Mexico and cartels and like Sinaloa and stuff like that, it's almost like people think this is sick. The same way how like people thought
hip hop and guns was cool. Yeah.
What's his name from Colombia?
Escobar.
Yeah. It's the same how like Pablo Escobar was just like a huge staple in pop culture for like, I don't know, just like people wear Pablo Escobar merch and shit, but like at the end of the day, that guy wasn't just a drug smuggler, he was also a terrorist.
Yeah, of course. That's the whole point of what I'm saying. Like, it's not cool to romanticize all these things. Like,
but that's what sells.
That's what sells,
Yeah.
always.
Name of rappers come up rapping about how much he loves his family and gives back to the community and shit.
I'm gonna get a skim, okay? You'll taste it and then you'll see like...
Y se bate en el esquimero.
It's a milkshake, right?
It's a milkshake is based with ice cream.
Okay, yeah, and this one's
Ice.
ice. Yeah, yeah. Tiene sabor de cigarro.
Ah, no, ese no, eso es para...
What is rompope?
It's made by nuns and it's basically made of...
Oh, I know.
it's eggnog.
Eggnog, yeah. I'm just gonna try a regular, choco banana.
Se le va a poner leche.
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 Nice.
Hielo.
Your ice. Hielo. Fresh bananas, okay.
Esta es leche igual.
Leche,
Esta es
ok.
azúcar.
Perfecto. Leche. ¿Cuánto haces cada día?
Como 50.
Como 50. Wow. Gracias, amigo.
Aquí hay más, ¿eh?
Sí. All right, I'm gonna critique his cocoa banana milkshake-like drink.
No tengo cambio.
Oh, it's dank. Super frothy, super good. I bet it's really cheap. How much do one of these cost?
25.
It's a good deal. Well, he left. Now I'm working here. He left to go get your change.
Now is your time to go.
Yeah, todos son gratis. Soy el jefe ahora.
¿Es el jefe? ¿Canelita?
Sí.
Sí.
Gracias.
Órale, pues.
Muy rico. Okay.
Órale, cuídate que está bien.
Similar to what we were saying with the ceviche,
Yeah.
is people might see the ways they prepare meat in the street
Yeah.
and be a little skeptical
Yeah.
about just like a chicken just cut up on a table, you know?
It's becoming more evident these days than what it was before. When
Yeah.
I was a kid, like to be honest, going to the tianguis or going to a mercado or whatever,
Yeah.
it was like that's the kind of chicken that your mom bought back then. Everybody's mom bought back then. Now maybe those moms are buying at the supermarket, right? And then maybe that perception has changed. And maybe we have also developed this bacteria to be fine with it. Like,
Exactly. Oh, this is the liver, or no, not the liver, the inside of the stomach, right?
yeah, and the pata.
That's liver.
Este es hígado, ¿verdad?
Hígado.
Hígado, sí, sí.
It's
The heart.
corazón. They all have different textures and dynamics. Like I've seen the inside of the stomach.
Yeah.
It's used in a lot of soups.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not necessarily for everyone. I had it. I'm like, it's all right, but
I don't like it.
some people love it. Same thing with liver. I'm not a huge fan of liver, but some people love liver.
I'm like you, and also pata. I'm really not a big fan of pata. Like
Yeah.
the feet, like the texture of those meats.
Yeah. So we're stopping to get Micheladas, which is just like typical alcoholic beverage at any tianguis, which is like cerveza with clamato and lime and sugar. It's such a staple to, I guess, any type of party here in Mexico, you know?
Almost every mercado will have a michelada,
Yeah,
at least one
exactly.
michelada place.
Coolest kid, he gets to work at a bar
Oh yeah.
when he's 10 years old.
At least he's going to become an expert in micheladas.
Yeah, exactly. There's really no such age here where you can work at a bar.
Tomato,
Sí, quiero toro, clamato, yeah, sí toro, gracias. Sí, gracias.
yo de salsas también tomo.
Is this like chia seeds?
No, that's ajonjolí, so like bird seeds almost, like
Bird seeds.
almost, yeah.
Really? We're eating bird food.
No, because we use that like on top of mole.
Yeah, mole.
But I'm trying to ask you where is this seed from? Right?
Yeah. Ah, it's all good. Gracias.
Está buenazo.
She gave us candies. Chamoy is also something you don't find anywhere else in the
Oh
world.
no, definitely not. That's very Mexican. That's for sure Mexican. Yeah.
Right. It's like anything, even a can of beer, they will rim with chamoy.
Chamoy.
Yeah. All right, salud.
That was my friend.
Thank you. Oh.
Nice.
Oh, this is nice. It's perfect. There's a drink in Canada. It's famous to Canada. It's called a Caesar. And a Caesar is basically clamato juice, vodka, Worcestershire sauce, and Tabasco sauce.
Oh, nice.
It's very good and refreshing.
Have you tried Bloody Mary with mezcal?
I'd love to try that. I love mezcal. Mezcal is Mexico's gift to the world. Mexicans in Mexico is known for tequila, but I think Mexicans themselves are more passionate about their mezcal.
The younger generations are.
Yeah.
If you speak to people over 60,
Yep.
they will prefer tequila. But maybe from 40 down, it's gonna be mezcal.
Mezcal. All right, guys, we're gonna close this out and finish our micheladas.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Thank you, Lalo.
Yeah. Cheers, Nolan.
All right, bro.
Thanks, and I'll see you soon.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Peace.